Hello Pisces, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for May for the Sun or the Ascendant. As ever, I'm going to give you the key details to look out for, but please stay with me. I then will share in detail all the key influences and dates critical for your sign. So as we come into this new month, we're surfing the energy of an amazing solar eclipse, which for you is in the third house of everyday communications. But the third house is a very Gemini energy. It's very quick moving, very agile, and really very exciting. But it's also linking to Uranus, the planet of change, but the planet of truth, and also linking into the new moon, which occurred right at the end of last month on the 30th, is Mars in your sign, and that's really significant. So what I would say is your desire to manifest your ideas and individuality, your ability to convey those ideas in an imaginative and also an enthusiastic way gives you a wonderful platform right at the start of this month to really get on the front foot. Now, it is true that Saturn, the planet of limitation, does continue a rather challenging transit through your 12th house. And the more psychological side of your situation is going to be emphasized by the lunar eclipse on the 16th. So I've got lots to tell you about that. But the other thing I want to share with you this month is about your financial situation, because things are looking really promising. So if you would be so good to join me for my extended forecast, I'd be grateful if you've yet to subscribe to my channel. If you did so now, please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. However, if you would like to ascend above this Zodiac broadcast and embrace more serious astrology, 3 pieces of your critical birth data of time, date and place can help me to produce a roadmap for you, which will give you incredible insights to your prospects, potential, in not just the year ahead. Part of my package is a 12-month forecast, but for the rest of your life through an understanding of your natal horoscope. Please see the link below, and you can get 30% off with my special offer. And finally, if you would like to just get your free written daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please see also the link below. So Pisces, as you come into May for your May forecast, Mercury is in a shadow period in your 4th house. This could see you doing a lot of thinking this month about your emotional needs, your communication with others about those needs, the amount of time you spend on your own or otherwise, how close you are to family or extended family. That is going to be a little bit of a subplot of this month, but an important one. But the thrust of this new month is definitely surfing that electric combination of the Sun, Moon and Uranus all very close together as the solar eclipse pours its energy into the next 6 months. So this forecast is not really just for May, it is for the next half year. But Mars, as I said before, in your sign is pushing you to really believe in what you need to do as an individual, just at a point when Saturn is impacting on the most psychological part of your situation. And that can leave you feeling a bit torn of whether to stick or whether to twist around some important strands of your situation. But also, as this month begins, Jupiter in your sign, your traditional ruler, for the first 10 days is in an awesome and enabling angle with Pluto. Pluto's the planet of change and transformation, but also power. When Jupiter and Pluto are collaborating, it can be fantastic. So your ability to be a leader or to take charge of your own destiny and to think of your longer term future is definitely enhanced by that combination. But because Uranus is in the mix, you're being asked to make some quick decisions, to perhaps get out of any inertia that's been influencing your situation since Saturn moved into your 12th house, which began on the 17th of December 2020, but there was a period from March the 24th to the 2nd of August that year when Saturn just nibbled into the sign of Aquarius. But I think the impact has been felt much more since the 17th of December 20 through till now. And at times you may have felt almost cut off from other people, almost completely cut off at times from your own feelings. Some kind of dislocation may have been entirely possible. But all the energies that you've had recently of Venus, Jupiter and Mars, along with Neptune, all in your own sign, that stellium that's lit up April for you in Pisces is presenting you with an opportunity. But you need to be a risk taker in order to really get the dividends. And that means living in the moment. And one of the things about your sign, because you're very reflective, you're the 12th zodiac sign, so you're the sum of all the parts of the other 11, is you can really think about things very deeply, and your mutable nature means that you can often be quite focused on the past. Now you're being asked to live in the present, because if you seize the opportunity, Pisces, oh my word, there's so much you can gain this month, because on the 2nd, Venus moves into Aries. Now that may be technically detrimented, but for you, expect money to come into your situation as that happens. Also on the 10th, Jupiter, the planet of fortune, moves into your 2nd house. Now, of course, it is going to move back into your sign later this year, but then back into Aries right at the end of the year. So it's still a very fluid feast, but this is an opportunity to reap the benefits of all your hard work from past efforts. But from the 13th to the 23rd, there is a little bit of a challenging aspect, because Mars, the planet of passion and drive, comes into contact with Neptune, which is very much about dissolving things. It's gases, it's very ethereal, it's not very tangible, and it can totally take away your energy at the heart of this month in week 3 if you let it. But the square between the Sun in Taurus and the more psychologically located Saturn from the 12th around to about the 17th can also be a time when you're doubting yourself and you're not living in the moment. Just be aware of who you're exchanging information with. Are you around people who energetically drain you? That's entirely possible with that Scorpio lunar eclipse on the 16th, and also that combination between Mars and Neptune. So become much more careful about defending your boundaries in a way which is good for you. Now the Sun moves on the 21st into your 4th house, whereas Mercury in its retrograde, which begins on the 10th, inverses into your 3rd house on the 23rd. So I think the challenge that you might have earlier in this month to express how you feel can actually be boosted by the Sun's transition into Gemini, but maybe there is an email, a text message that you need to send. Maybe you need to interact with someone. Have you isolated yourself to such a degree that you're actually really feeling the pain of that? And the other thing with Mars moving on the 24th into Aries, the sign it governs, joining up initially with Venus but with Jupiter, is that you could have a big financial reward in the last week of this month. Now, I'm not saying that lightly. So many costs have gone up all around the world. Raw materials, distribution have all been affected by COVID, and of course the wider political climate, which we're all aware of. However, I think if anyone can convert your talent into something more tangible, it's going to be you by the end of this month. But there is a caveat. You have to believe in yourself. The 2nd house is about self-worth. It's not just about money. And that's where Venus, Jupiter and Mars are all helping you this month. Now, Venus does clash, to be honest, from the 24th to the 28th with Jupiter. You can't be too idealistic about your financial situation, or even a romantic relationship. There's going to be some grittier elements to both that try to be aware of those. But on the 28th, Venus, which of course is exalted in your sign, moves into the sign of Taurus, which it governs. And your ease of communication, which may have stuttered a little bit earlier in the month, can be smoothed out. And then with the Gemini new moon on the 30th, that's showcasing your ability to be very caring, compassionate, but most of all think about where you're going to live, who with and how in the following month than this one. So I think June is going to be very much about that, but really thinking about the core foundations of your world, the money, the self-worth is a big part of this month's story, but it is also about realizing that Saturn in the 12th house and Mercury initially in shadow and retrograde in the 4th could throttle your progress if you let your inhibitions or fear or part of your nature that needs to withdraw from others really get in the way of seizing the moment. The other thing with the second house is it can be wonderful to enjoy life's pleasures. Good food, good wine, home cooking, growing things from scratch are all the type of things that are emphasized this month, particularly once Venus arrives into Taurus as the month draws to a close. So there's lots of opportunities this month, Pisces, but it's about understanding the way the planets are impacting on you and how you can negotiate that but can continue to grow. And it is about self-belief. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Stay safe, take care, and goodbye.